makers. Try our high quality pre-sifted bromate free all-purpose and whole wheat flour, low price and conveniently packaged. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Sheikh Lisha Limited, Warrenville, Conopia. Sheikh Lisha Limited, quality you can trust.
In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We give praise and thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the gift of life, health and strength. We give thanks for seeing another Friday, another day of Jum'ah. For those of you who will be making their way there today, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you safe journey to and from. May your salah and du'as be accepted. Ameen. I just want to leave something short and sweet with you all, and my topic will be on arrogance. In the books of old, in the scriptures, God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, would have destroyed those who would have displayed arrogance. We will look at the life of Pharaoh, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would have destroyed him because Pharaoh to himself believed he was God. And if we look at the story of Iblis, Satan, may Allah protect us from his whispers and from his influence. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the angels to prostrate towards Prophet Adam alayhi salam, Iblis believed to himself that he was far superior. Therefore, it was beneath him to do so. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala casted him out of Jannah, and we see where the story goes afterwards. So what I am getting at is that sometimes we as human beings, Muslims, police, because we tend to become arrogant to those that we face. And I say mainly as a police officer, we have this superiority complex where we are the police and you are infidels. No, you are once a police, twice a civilian. And sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will shame you to humble you. So for those of us who may have that whim of arrogance within us when we are dealing with the general public, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rectify our affairs. And I say that for myself as well, because at times I would have displayed those tendencies and have been forced to correct myself by being humbled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I pray that those of you who are looking at this, those of you who are listening to this, you all have a safe day out there. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant your traveling mercies too and from, and may you return to your family and loved ones intact. Until again, this is your brother. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to Islam Choose Me, right here on the Islamic Broadcast Network, IBN Channel 8. You could also view us on Facebook and tegotv.com. And remember, we have a rerun every Saturday at 6 p.m. inshallah. I'm your host, Brother Mtima Solwazi, the activist educator. And each week, we will share the powerful journeys of our brothers and sisters who have embraced Islam. Their stories of discovery, struggle, and transformation reminds us of the truth that Allah guides whom He wills in ways that inspire and motivate us all. And from that intro, just now, that promo video, everybody does know who in studio. We have a special guest, Constable Akhi. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Finbar.
Wa alaikum salam, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Nice to have you here, boy.
Finally.
Yes, fine. And welcome to the studios of IBN.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Brother Finbar, I'd like to get straight into it. We saw you as Constable Akhi, right? In your uniform. So I want to ask you a question. Are you a police Muslim or a Muslim police? Hello, it's
I
from me.
as my social media handle
Uh-huh.
would say, unapologetically African, Muslim, and then police. So I am a Muslim police.
Hello. You already know what Muslim police mean? A Muslim police.
I am walking the Muslim police. Right now.
No, Finbar, I am shocked. A Muslim police, in my definition and experience, is them Muslim and them who like the police here. Your beard too short, your beard too short, your pants too long. So you need to, hello, because don't confuse the viewers.
All right, so I am a Muslim who is employed with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. I am employed with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
Not a Muslim police.
Not no.
God, thank God, alhamdulillah.
I am not a member of the H squad.
Yeah, I said to ask you that now because trust me, them Muslim police ain't easy.
Oh gosh.
All right, Brother Finbar. So listen, I want to start right there with your. Now, this Constable Akhi has become a kind of lovable name for you. You know, a fun. Everybody, Constable Akhi. They know who that is. Because there are plenty police who's Muslim, right? But when you hear Constable Akhi,
You know you're talking about.
you know what you're talking about,
Yes, sir.
right? So, tell us first about how did this persona, Constable Akhi, because we see you driving a car, right? And I know you did not have your phone in your hand, you're not breaking the law, right? At least that's what we saw, you know, don't sell out yourself here. But tell us about first that persona of Constable Akhi. How did that come about?
I was given that name.
But I would assume
I
that.
was given that name by a dear friend of mine.
I feel I know who that is.
No.
Is that
You know, she's like, he's a Muslim, you know, but he's a police. He's a Akhi. She's a Constable Akhi.
Good.
And I was like, all right, it's an unusual name, you know. And that was, let's say, about 2013, around that time.
Okay.
So that name just stick, even if, inshallah, when Allah allows me to go beyond the ranks, I still be Constable Akhi.
Oh yeah, interesting, but yeah. Because it had become a kind of, as I say, a lovable name, and I like how you use it too. You know, because I've watched many of your videos on social media, right, where you use that persona of Constable Akhi to give a dawah, to spread not just the message of Islam, but message of humanity,
Yes.
of living good. And in that particular video, you spoke about arrogance, you know, and in a two parts, in terms of how some police officers operate
Oh boy.
and some Muslims. And you know, I want you to, because you said now in the video also, you said that you of yourself have been humbled, right? And I want you to share with us some of the challenges of being, and you said earlier, unapologetically African Muslim who's a police officer. There is a lot there, you know, Finbar. African, Muslim, and police. How have you managed, right, to strike that balance, and no fault of yours, but you will be judged by both parties? The Muslim go judges, some of them, I don't trust that police boy. He's a Muslim, mean trust he's a police. And some of your colleagues, he mean trust he's a Muslim. How have you managed to balance that? And please share with us some of the challenges, because I think we just take your profession for granted. And I don't want to talk too much about I just want to share this. You see, COVID-19, that was the time I realized we just take police for granted. I remember us coming from the mosque. It was around Ramadan time, and it's coming from praying in the mosque late night, and I saw this jeep a little bit off the road. And I seen, cause you know, the public, we just always at first think the worst of you all, judge you all, you know. And I say, what the hell them police doing hiding in this hole? And when I walked past, two officers in that vehicle, and they was eating, boy. And I said, oh God, because they had to get this food place open before the curfew time, but they was at work. So it looked like they just buy the thing to eat, find a little hole, eating, then to go outside to make sure we safe, boy.
Yep.
So when I saw that night, I hailed them, right? And from ever since that experience, I just always remind police in particular, thank you. Thank you. I'm not dealing with rogue police or whoever it is. That is all I have to deal with that. But generally, when I meet a police officer, I say thank you. And I'm saying to you now, thank you for your service, Constable Akhi.
You're welcome.
Tell us how you're dealing with this whole African Muslim police.
It's a difficult process, but you know, Allah says that He would give you challenges. Don't say you believe and you won't be tested. And on one hand, to be seen as the enemy on both sides, where you have some Muslims who have valid reason to not trust police based on their experience.
Their experience.
And some police officers who have valid reasons to have some form of apprehension towards Muslims based on what they have experienced.
Yeah, boy.
You know, and here I am in between, just trying to navigate my way through. Sometimes it gets overwhelming, but you know, I could go way back when I wrote the exam in 2009, and I was still unsure. And I had a conversation with Brother David Muhammad, because he know me for a very long time. And I say, you know, Brother Minister, having doubts, unsure, because you know how it does go, especially with how, you know. He said, I wouldn't want to mimic him on the interview, but he basically said, Brother Finbar, as a ummah, we need to have Muslims in the police service, in the medical field, and
fire service.
In the fire service. And I'm not sidetracking, but I was very happy to see when Sister Pompey, you know,
got
interviewed and saw as the first hijabi firefighter. I was, you know, because I've always been an advocate for sisters coming into the protective services.
Yes, yeah.
So, you know, so sometimes So when he told me, listen, we need to have these things, you know, it gave me that extra push, and it also put me on a different path. To break the stereotype that police officers have or let's say particular Muslim community. And vice versa. So, you know, it has been challenging sometimes with some officers watching you. You have to watch, you know. But then I'm a practicing Muslim. So over the, you know, years, because this year I would be celebrating, I would have 15 years service.
Boy, nice.
So over the years, they would have observed, they would have seen that, okay, not all Muslims are bad. And from the Islamic perspective, you would find Muslims now a little more accommodating because they would have interacted with a police officer who is genuine, who is a practicing Muslim. You know, and I would always tell anybody, judge me for me. Don't judge me because of an organization. Because in the same breath, as a Muslim, you wouldn't want a non-Muslim judging you based on the wrong that a non-Muslim did.
Yeah, of course.
So, you know, I try to push that out there.
I just tell people, I am Muslim by faith, not by gang. So don't attach me to no number or no city. You understand? I'm not on that dotishness, you know. And who on that is them, you know. And yeah, so I just always wonder how you just manage, boy, you know, because I just see you, you know, I see you dressed like this, I see you dressed in full kit, you know, and I say, boy. But the nice thing about it, and that's why I could have chosen any video from on social media to share, and I'd say, get that one in particular when you spoke about arrogance, but where you could see there's a police, there's a police who's a Muslim.
A Muslim is a police.
Not a Muslim police. Right? Yeah, because it's not really important, because we, and you know, again, we feel that, and I shouldn't say we have this issue with a Muslim being a police. You could have plenty Muslim police outside there, boss. Right? Plenty. Right? Now, I'm not sure how much we have in terms of yourself, in terms of African Muslim police. But we know from ever since Muslim police, you hear the names, Muhammad Shah, you hear the names. Right? And I do not think they just face some of the kind of discrimination that you would face, or those of African descent would face, especially based on communities also. You know?
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah.
Because if I go somewhere else and you know my police, mashallah, that is like, you know, it's not that I'm going to bend my back to be accepted. The truth is,
Yeah.
whether you like me, whether you don't like me, that's on you. You know, I am who I am, and Allah has put me in a position, even towards the Muslims who they say, I am not a Muslim. He is not a Muslim. I'll never accept you to be a Muslim.
Because he's a police.
Because he's a police.
Totishness, man.
And then
Totishness.
something happens. Ring, ring.
Hey, listen. We have a police. Listen. Finbar Constable. We have a police. Right? He used to be on a crime fighting program on TV. Both of the crime fighting programs he was on. And he used to always say, we the public just come down on the police. Right? But when something happened, he said, after God is police. And at first I didn't like the statement, because it used to come across as a kind of attack on the public, but It's a fact. Oh God, with the police.
Call the police.
Oh God, call the police. Right? So, now I said, dotations for a man to take the risk of calling another Muslim a non-Muslim because of his profession, because we know there's a risk on your life in doing that dotation. But forget them clowns on them. So listen, I want to go back to Constable Akhi on social media. Why did you decide to use that lovable name and now use it for a cause? Because you know he's a social media influencer.
I don't know about the I don't know about that. I don't know about that part. But
tell us about why you chose to use it along that way.
I can't give you a straight answer, you know. I can't.
So when did that start?
I can't say it just happened, because I have always been on social media doing random.
Okay.
But when, you know, as you grow older, you learn and, you know, and you take your job a little bit more serious, knowing that, okay, you know, you have the potential to bridge a gap. So, what line you're going to take? You're going to take the soul comedic route, like what some do on social media, or you're going to be a soul political activist, or you're going to just be a little in between.
Which Islam gives us that
gives us that balance.
That middle part. Yeah, that middle part.
So, you know, within everything, I try to, while I'm giving an Islamic perspective, I also give the policing perspective.
Yeah.
So whoever is listening would understand. There's not you don't come and talking Muslim thing.
Yeah.
No. And you mentioned something with the first video about arrogance. I want to mention the first time I was humbled as a police officer. I just passed out Brother Ep9.
Feel hot.
I'm a grey and blue, my shirt starched. It was Carnival Monday, and we were by Rosary Boys.
Right, I know the area.
And I was amongst, you know, senior police, other police officers.
For those who don't know, that is up top out, which Charlotte Street side or Henry?
Charlotte Street.
So Charlotte Street side.
Or we could say Renegades Way now.
Yes. That is the name of
Renegades
I was trying
Way.
to remember, boy. Renegades Way. So it's Charlotte and Park Street corner there.
Yes.
It's a turn to Wrong the bridge. Yeah.
So, you know, we thing, and
So in the heat of it.
I have on my shirt. My pan had almost police. Yeah. And somebody was driving a vehicle and they passed too close. And I turned around. 14,000 police. I can't remember his name, but I can remember his numerals was 14 something. He said, young police come. He said, never in your life talk to the John public like that. They are not animals, they are not dogs. And always remember, once a police, twice a civilian.
Oh God! First time I hear that one, but I like that.
After that,
I like that.
I mean, I slip up ever so often, but I always have that etched in my mind. You have to be mindful as a police officer how you deal with people.
With the public.
Yes.
I listen, I always say that, boy.
Yes.
Because the police will always say they want the public to work with them. I have no problem with that. But then that interaction, boy,
Yeah.
you know? And sometimes a good, like me, I will tell them thanks. So a good morning, a good afternoon, exchange salutations, that ain't taken away from your rank or your position or anything. So,
But
that,
you
that's
know
very
there,
good.
you know there are instances where a police officer being polite to somebody does throw them off.
The public.
Yeah.
Because
It's throw them off.
Because they dotish. The public who respond in that way, dotish. I prefer a police treat me with courtesy and respect than come at me barking.
No,
Because
well,
I ain't fooling you. I might bark back. know?
by training them off, I mean, it's like
Oh.
the stun. The
Oh, okay. All
what
right.
to do.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like,
Sorry. All right.
What kind of this police
Because
officer? How are you so nice?
it may not appear to be the norm.
That's it.
Yeah, I get your. Okay, I get your point.
That's it.
I thought they feel that because it have a term that be bandied about soft policing, and I don't like that term at all, because no police is soft. I prefer the term strategic policing,
Yes, sir.
right? Because there's a place for all.
Yes.
Right? So, but in our police show was I know all have a channel, go on the channel and talk about police. You can't talk about the police and boss, right? We want to know what led you to become Muslim.
So, I grew up in a Pentecostal church.
In the church?
Yeah, I grew up in a Pentecostal church. I grew up Valencia Pentecostal. Pastor Regis used to call me the professor. So even at this age, he see me, he'll say professor. And searching. And then one day,
So what age did you decide, you see me? I need a little more, I need a little something different, or that craving for search that started?
Along the path of Christianity, I wanted to follow a particular path.
Yeah.
My parents said, nah, they wire for you. So I was baptized somewhere under another denomination of Christianity.
Okay.
So within that, I said, oh, since Pauline gave me a choice, I will go on. And that was the start of that. I won't say I was being a rebel, but I guess Allah used that as the opportunity to, spark something.
Yeah.
And I was looking, and while doing a school project, long time it had the Britannica CDs.
Yeah.
Bunks of Malcolm X.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, who is this Malcolm? And Muslim. And then some time passed, and I was working with my father on a weekends because he's an electrician.
All right.
And we visited a house in Las Lomas.
Okay.
Of a Muslim family.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I see things on the wall, the little boy, I am a Muslim. I was like, okay, Muslim thing. But that time I was already in secondary school. So, it piqued the interest a little bit more, and having a conversation with someone in the house, I was like, this Muslim thing is really it, but, you're kind of afraid too because of the stigma at the time when, anybody who you see is a Muslim is...
What year that was like? What?
That was 2002.
Okay. After that whole period.
Yeah, so...
Then all that time I still have a kind of...
So, I told my father, I said, Daddy, I will be a Muslim, And he watched me and say, you okay to go to America?
Okay.
That was it. And then,
interesting.
And then I think like the next month, Ramadan would have started. And you usually know when Ramadan starts, and you just have these segments on
TV. Yeah.
And I was like, this Muslim, I started to feel a kind of way in my heart. And then it had, all right, in school, and I had a friend, Brother Kabir. He said, boy, come now, boy.
To RI class?
RI class.
Okay.
And, I sat with Mr. Brother Salahuddin.
What school was that?
Malabar Composite.
Okay. All right.
And from there, I took my shot at school.
In the RI class?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And, it's like...
That is a nice experience.
Like, for you, your name will be Shahid, the observant one. I don't know if it's because I had on glasses. I don't know.
So like the teacher, RI teacher?
Yes, Brother Salahuddin. And it's like, and from there, never look back.
SubhanAllah.
I mean, with every revert, you would have the trouble at home.
Yeah, challenges, adjustments.
I don't want a Muslim thing here. Yeah. Tell them to come here. And alhamdulillah, it moved from tell them don't come here that when it's Ramadan.
Tell them come.
And it's time to start the fast.
Hey,
Hello. Time to get up and don't make your thing they go and eat.
not that I used to oversleep, but I upstairs and Granny downstairs, and Chef she walking stick, and Granny hitting his seat, poop, 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 poop,
Time to
poop,
pray.
poop, poop. Time to get up and study fast. Not a prayer, no. So all come at 4 o'clock, 4:30. Granny hitting that ceiling, boy. That is real. That is amazing.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, but and you see, I think, boy, you would hear all. Could your father say you can't go to America because of that 9/11 thing, right? But then when you see it in motion, I think your family will be the first to really accept, even though in the initial stage they may reject based on what they will see on the media, what they will see sometimes in the streets, in the community. But when they see you living that,
That's it.
they realize, nah boy, you know, I remember my aunt saying, I ain't too much know about Muslim and thing, but if that cooling you down, I like it. You know? So they're seeing that real change in the individual. So they could be the first one to really testify and say, yeah, you know, shy change.
I have an aunt who has not called me Finbar for years.
Since you embrace. Yeah.
She does, but she said wrong. But I still, she said Shahid.
Yeah.
She has not called me Finbar for years.
Yeah.
She said Shahid, how you going?
Nah, because they see it, they remember, they know you.
That's yeah.
And they would see that change. You know? So I know we will get real into it, but I want you to take a break. We have some bills to pay, you know, and I really enjoying this conversation. I'm sure. Hello, I have the Constable Akhi on the set here, you know, live, you know, right? So we're gonna take a short break and get back to you with our discussion with Islam Chose Me with Constable Akhi.
For the everyday lowest prices on all grocery items, trust Low Cost Supermarket for the widest variety of quality products at low prices. Freshly picked fruits and vegetables, healthy products for your well-being, high quality meat cuts, and a warm and friendly service. Low Cost Supermarket, Sun and Main Road, Kunupia.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back, viewers, to Islam Chose Me with your host, Brother Ep9 Sorwazi, the activist educator. And I have on set with me Constable Akhi. Welcome back. So, before the break, we were talking about that role of Constable Akhi, right? And listen, Mr. Man, I used to listen to that because I used to post it before Juba on a Friday. So I used to catch myself taking it before I go Juba. Because it used to get some nice messages, you know, and I just like the idea of you're driving and you're talking. So sometimes I looking to see on the way he passed it, which part he reached, you know. Yeah. So it is a real nice segment.
Yeah.
Right? And I know from, because not only I have been watching Constable Akhi, apparently the leadership at the Jamaat al-Muslimin have been watching Constable Akhi because they give you some real responsibilities in terms of doing what you're doing there. But I don't understand a more structured format because I think that was structured, but in an organizational format. What is your role at the Jamaat al-Muslimin?
So at present, I am the Wazir of public relations, and dawah at the Jamaat al-Muslimin.
Yeah, and for non-Muslims who viewing,
So
Wazir is like a minister or a director.
We could say minister.
Yeah, because Wazir is minister because Prophet Yusuf was a Wazir.
Okay.
In Egypt, yeah, so a minister of propagation and
Public relations.
And dawah, which is propagation.
Yeah. So I am more or less responsible for anything pertaining to the Jamaat al-Muslimin that has to go out
To the public.
to the public. I am the person that has been delegated to treat with and deal with.
Hey, Constable Akhi.
So Constable
That is
Akhi,
promotion, man.
Constable Akhi also has another side called the Wazir. But I'm not sure if you would have been familiar with the Wazir on the Move. That was a segment we started
For
in
Ramadan.
Yes.
Going to,
Yes.
hello, and I need to send you in voice, right? Because Mr. Man, that copyrighted it,
I didn't
that
know.
patented it.
I didn't know.
Because when I was in the early in IBN, I started a program, we call it Breaking Fast to the Jamaat.
Oh.
So when I saw this Wazir on the Move, well, you know, I hook on one time, I said, what? And I used to also enjoy, yeah, but you know that shop on the other side of you. You really like curry.
Long time. as
You have no
my
behavior,
as
Finbar.
my mother said when she was pregnant with me, all she could have eaten was doubles. Nothing else but doubles.
You have no I watch them videos where I say, but this man wouldn't stop.
No.
All right, so Wazir on the Move is part of that portfolio with a Jamaat.
Yes. So
Okay.
so Wazir on the Move, I wouldn't say is more on the PR aspect, but on the dawah aspect, because you'll be showing I have a large non-Muslim following.
I know that, yeah.
So when it goes out there, a non-Muslim who has no idea about the breaking of the fast or a masjid Kwaidong in Point or a masjid in Sando, they would get that first-hand experience.
Yeah.
And we also have, within the police service, we have Muslims who are practicing under law.
Yeah, okay.
So it also gives them an avenue, okay, I could go there, yeah, go.
Yeah.
And they could, they would feel welcome at home.
As I say that too, as I bring back in the police here, I know you is the official go-to man for when you're having, I've seen him many times, and I invited you at also, when we went to St. Paul Street to launch a program to bring prayers on behalf of the Muslim, and I've seen you many times on social media when IATF having like any probably interfaith function, so they would call you to render a word or two.
So far, I have been fortunate enough to be called upon, and I think it's mainly due to the fact that how I operate as a individual.
And they're watching Constable Akhi on social media. No, listen, Finbar, that really impacting, I am telling you that I sometimes read people comments and all too, people look forward to hearing this little talk, because it's like a pep talk, just before you go Juma, right? So I know your job watching that and all too and saying, yeah boy, this is the man to use, and I really reward you for that, and I really commend you for doing that. So, but apart from public relations and propagation of dawah, I have seen you. Now I would like to come in person one Friday inshallah, but I've seen you deliver the khutbah or the Friday sermon at the Jamaat al-Muslimin. Was I real big pips, was?
I wouldn't.
Hey, don't try that.
right, so let me put it into perspective.
Okay.
So when Imam Sadiq Hafizullah would have become the Imam after the passing of Imam Yasin, may Allah have mercy on his soul, he embarked on a program to bring forth youth within the community. So he said, one day I will be calling on you all randomly.
Because so this brother give khutbah more than once to
That's right.
oh God, help me. I can't remember his name over. I've seen his face. Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't sure if you could call his name. I don't know. I don't know if he won the publicity.
Nah, but I when I saw him, I said, okay.
Yeah. So.
And I take in that khutbah, and then I saw you more than once after. I said, wow, that's very nice.
So the Imam is on a mission to, because sometimes you're accustomed with one program for years, one Imam, one the member for years. So he said, listen, we have potential within the community for the younger set.
Yeah, boy.
And I want to give you all that opportunity to go out there and speak. It's not that use the next Imam in line.
Yeah.
But it's that, listen.
It's training. It's training.
The younger men, because you don't know what could happen down the road.
Yeah.
If you have a masjid somewhere, you have a pool to pull from. Yeah.
No, that's real commendable.
So I mean, being an active police officer.
Yeah.
In the Jamaat al-Muslimin, giving khutbahs in the Jamaat al-Muslimin is something that, I mean, if you ask somebody 20 years ago if they ever see that happen, they wouldn't see it happen.
Nah.
But, everything is by the mercy of Allah, and I am more than thankful for the opportunity to move from being on social media talking to now speaking in front of a large crowd.
Yeah, on the Bimba. Yeah. Now that boy, that is a lot. Is humbling.
Very.
As I mentioned in the introduction video, it is humbling for that type of experience, and it shows a lot of. And this is within the Muslim community, and not leaving out the TTPS, because we have to give credit to the organization for seeing the worth and value in what you could bring, not just as a police officer, but as a Muslim, So they will call on you to do a prayer, whether it's for, I've seen him many times, I say, look, my boy, you understand? And let me tell you this, Finbar, when we had the launch of that program, that US Embassy funded program at St. Paul Street, because that was under the auspices of the then Ambassador Bond, Candace Bond, and former Commissioner Earlier here with Christopher. The reason why I chose to call you is because I saw they're calling you to do, when I said the TTPS, inviting you to open with a prayer. I said, nah, so then Finbar is the right man to call. I didn't feel that, I wonder if they would allow him to come here, because they acknowledge, hey, they the go-to man, boy. Right? So I felt very empowered to call you to say, I want you to open at this program in St. Paul Street, you understand? And that again too is you say, boy, barriers breaking, or
Yes. Yes.
Oh God, I want to take away Indian program breaking barriers, but that barriers breaking.
Yes.
You have a African Muslim in St. Paul Street.
Yes.
Who's a police opening at the launch of a program with the US Embassy, TTPS, and ourselves, Roots Foundation. So, boy, Finbar, may Allah really reward you for these efforts in terms of maintaining that balance right? And again, going back to that intro video of talking about arrogance, because, you know, we feel, for me, when I see certain youth men now embrace Islam and start to walk with a bump, or the crawling now, I saying, I didn't know Islam does make you feel like it's a bajan. You know, all the time before you was nothing, you was a punk. But what they don't understand is that authority that have been given to us as the vicegerent on this earth, right, comes to that level of power. And some people don't understand how to wield that power, right? So you will go into a community and people will acknowledge you. Yeah, Akhi, yeah, Muslim. And a person who understand what that means might feel, boy, as a ranker now, not knowing that they acknowledge your role in society as a leader, as someone who is just, right? And I don't want to tailspin this interview, but you would know too from growing up. For me, like going through communities, and I will call it like going through Quarry Street, right? There's a part of Quarry Street you will see the place paint up with Ike's gold and green and a Selassie picture, whether he on the horse or what. Then and then I think opposite would have green, white and black. I think I used to represent them Nubian and them Nubian Muslims, right? I see representation of Islam on these walls. And I telling you, when I reach here, I used to feel well safe. Boss, when I going from Belmont to Lavantel, you pass all kind of shortcut, and if I going through Quarry Street, I reach those areas, I as a youth man used to feel safe and know here what's going on. You're real safe. To the extent that sometimes a Rasta might call out here, youth, and get more bit to drink. You get more bit to drink. Or Muslim might call out here, you get a pie to eat. Right? Boss, I driving over Parsley Street at time. And I driving cooler. Then I said, see, red, yellow, and green. And boy,
Frightened.
I say, oh God. Where the police? Remember? And that, when that happened, I say, but look how we have become. That these colors now, or these representation, bring a level of fear as opposed to a level of safety, boy. Talk to me, or talk to them, youth and them,
So,
because we're in a real bad place.
Having worked in East Port of Spain, Lavantil, for 10.5 years, all I knew and all I really wanted to know as a police was Lavantil. I'll be honest with you. But Allah had different plans, and Allah is the best of planners. We have a problem where there is lack of knowledge, or warped type of knowledge that is being embedded into sincere youths.
Warp concept. I want to add concept.
Okay, so there's a warp concept right. So warp concept of especially Islam. So I will tell you a story. I was on patrol, on a foot patrol, bunks up a crew. One man had a scarf around his neck. So I had a ring like yours, and I would turn it inside out so that they wouldn't see. So I said, well, hey, come past search. Now I would prefer to search, so you wouldn't feel no. Don't touch this scarf holy. Oh God. So I say, okay.
It had holes in it?
No, the scarf is a holy scarf.
Well, I asked you that
I was like, okay. So I say,
Lord.
I say, so you're a Muslim? He say, yeah. I say, well, I don't know Muslim. Tell me about Muslim now. I want to know, because I keep, like, this area here is Muslim. I say, so where's the pillars of Islam? believing in Allah, believing in the messenger, fasting, taking 4 wives, and jihad.
Oh, God. Hey, listen. I'm not sure this one better than that. In a community in Lavantel at a time, and a man smoking a joint, and he had the Quran in his hand, and the verse highlighted it, and he said, this is called me Imam up there at that time. He said, Imam, I now understand the meaning of this verse. I said, what do you mean? And he read the verse to me, and he said it means that we supposed to go into Mova, kill Bill, and take over the underworld. When that man said that to me, you know how scared I got? I say, you're high. Clearly, the Quran didn't say that. Clearly, the Quran didn't say that. Right? I say, them fellas could kill me and all. Once that was a concept. Once that warp concept come in their head,
Yeah, we
and they feel, hey, this is what we have to do, I am all dead, boss.
the youths have the allure of gangsterism, and there is no gangsterism in Islam.
At all. I must say my faith,
You
not my gang.
cannot. I think this is the screen here. You cannot be a Muslim and a gangster. It is impossible. It is counterproductive. It will only lead you to punishment in the grave.
Yes, boy.
And on Yawmul Qiyamah, you will be of those who you have lost.
Yeah, I know shade in that throne. Yeah.
However, Brother Emptyman, most of the youths are sincerely ignorant.
Yes. Yes, I agree. Because they don't know.
They don't know. And they don't know that they don't know.
You know the man start off? Believe in Allah. Believe in the messenger. We say fasting. So you say?
Taking 4 wives and jihad.
Yeah.
I want to know where you get that from. So
They don't know. And they don't know that they don't know.
So we need to have we need to have a drive for Islamic scholarship. There was once a youth man, I think he used to live Strick or somewhere around there. He had memorized 2/3 of the Quran, and unfortunately he got killed. May he be, on Yawm al-Qiyamah, may he stand among those who would have been Hafiz, because that's the part he was on, memorizing Quran.
Yeah.
There is a need for scholarship within these areas, these Muslim, I don't want to say the downtrodden, because Lavantel is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
There isn't a place in Lavantel I walk or drive.
Yeah.
Whether it's in the morning, lunchtime, in the night.
The view is impeccable.
We need to have a drive for scholarship, and that entails we need to have people who have the means to say, hey, you come.
But not only that too, and I know watching my time, I feel we very close.
We may go over.
Yeah, but listen, scholarship is one part. We need it to be applicable
That's right.
to
Where you are.
2025.
Of course.
Applicable
Of course.
to a youth man situation.
Of course.
Where they live in, because we just have, and I'm not bashing those scholars, right? But they could take it back over 1400 years ago and leave it right there now.
Yeah.
Right? And leave it there. And you wander now all over the place, whatever community you're in. So we need it to be applicable to the situation where they live in. Better understand how these youth men live in, and because Islam is applicable to any culture, any community. Right? And we need to make it like that. So, boy, if you not trust me, I need to talk to Hasib. I have a part A, part B, part 1, part 2, especially in conversations like these, because it's very interesting, right? So, yeah, and I like what you say, counterproductive to be gangster. There's no such combination of words, gangster Muslim.
But it bothers me as a Muslim, as a young African man, to see, okay, you're walking a station, Akhi, let me get, what are you doing in there?
Hello, for the first SOE in 20, under the US administration.
2011 summer, yeah.
Right? Poor me.
Oh God.
They come and raft me in my school in I was in Shogunas, so raft me. When they came, and I tell the people, I say, all they don't know who. Now I saying all they don't know who I is, not no gangster. All they don't know who I is, I don't know damn criminal. When they came in the station now, he a Muslim in his cell. No, all he's not that type of Muslim. He's not like me. All are wrong Muslim. Listen, I felt good, but I felt shit. The man say, I is not a Muslim like he. The whole are wrong Muslim. And it is a challenge, boy. But Constable Akhi.
Yes, sir.
I think we had a very good conversation. And if you want to, add to the not being non-counterproductive as I would say Rasta City, gangster Muslim, but leave our young men, more in particular our young men, with a little bit of advice, please.
Assalamu alaikum, beloved brothers. Your life is worth more than just sitting on a corner. Your life is worth more than a number or a letter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us one go in this dunya. You can't come back after this.
Yeah, that's what we do here.
And you would be questioned on every single thing that you do. So if you know that you are on shaky grounds, find yourself. And I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows you to find yourself. I am tired of seeing people who look like me on the news.
Oh God.
I am tired of having to see fatherless children on a daily basis. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us, we are the best of creation. So let us live up to that. If you are wrong someone who does not want to practice Islam as it should be practiced, leave them off. You are upon the deen of your companion. So, I am not your enemy. I am your friend. I am your brother. However, I will not allow you to go astray if you are in my vicinity. So, take it with love. Take it with love.
We will not allow you to prevent him from going back home. You understand? Alhamdulillah. Right? So I think we have come to the end of another amazing episode of Islam Chose Me. And Brother Finbar, watch me. This is the last Sunday in November. So we complete 2 months of Islam Chose Me, October and November. You bring up the rear, boy.
The day after my birthday.
Yeah. All right, Alhamdulillah.
Yeah,
right?
That would be a nice present.
So, and as I said, so you want to wish all the best on your birthday yesterday, right?
Shukran.
On your birthday yesterday. I don't want you to reveal the age, right? But looking at looking at that video we showed at the starting, and now, Alhamdulillah, what a moving and insightful conversation. I want to thank our guest, Constable Akhi,
I appreciate
for sharing his story with us today. May Allah continue to strengthen our faith and guide us all on a straight path. If you have been touched by what you have heard, and I know you have been touched by what you have heard, remember that guidance is a mercy from Allah. Seek knowledge, ask questions, and reflect on the beauty of Islam. If you want to share your story, contact me, Brother Mtima, at 479-4510. And if you want to sponsor Islam Chose Me or any other program on IBN, reach out to Brother Hasid Majid at 795-5900. Join us again next Sunday, inshallah, at 9 a.m. And remember, they repeat on Saturdays at 6 p.m. for another episode of Islam Chose Me, because every path to Islam is a story worth sharing. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.